Good afternoon, people. Review time. Today we're going to look at that niche house once again, Francesca Bianchi. I told you a few days back I was gifted three official samples, sort of like two official samples and one mini sample that Francesca Bianchi sent to our brothers, and they sent it to me for testing and reviewing purpose. So I'd like to thank Fragrance BD, Fragrance Bangladesh page, which actually is owned by my brothers, Papa Banthu Bhai and Shubho Bhai. These two guys have been awesome gentlemen and supporting me in my journey as well. We always talk, not just fragrances. We always discuss fragrance community, game, notes and release and stuff like that. So they are the official. First of all, before I like to put it officially on this channel, that is, Fragrance BD is the only authorized dealer, or like they are the only authorized seller in Bangladesh for this particular house. So if you like to buy genuine and intact, as well as the what you call the fullest quality possible, you just the best quality possible basically, you buy it from Fragrance BD. I'll leave the link below. But I made a mistake last time during the review, which I want to correct. Initially when they launched here these three fragrances, they have three fragrances that launched in Bangladesh. So the promotional price was a little bit lower, but nowadays the price actually gone back to what you call the back to normal. So it's around 9,000 taka for 30 ml extray, and that's the only bottle size that comes in. Okay, so today I'll tell you how it smells and longevity, who is it for, what I got from it, stuff like that is similar to something. I'll let you know. Other things before I start, that is, these fragrances, are kind of like more on the niche side. They really took their fragrances to that level of creation. I really like the owner of this house. I read her profile bio, like, in brief, and I really thought she is very, very enthusiastic about making perfumes. She really loves that. So craftsmanship is something that this house really got me interested into. I might end up buying one of their better fragrances that I really love to have. The one that I did review before, that was fantastic. So today one is a little bit more bold and a little bit more adventurous. So let's see. So the fragrance, here's the sample. This one is about, I think, a good amount of juice in there. I did give it a wearing, so it's about half full. I think it's around 1.5 ml or something like that they gave me. So this one, I think Panthavai wrote himself, or Shubhai, I don't know, either one. It's a very nice touch. I like that handwriting. So I'm wearing this on my hand for 40 minutes or so, just to get to the dry down, and I absolutely love this fragrance. The reason being, this fragrance is something I would like to appreciate at this stage of my game. But I would say, before I start the notes, this fragrance is not for everybody. It has that daring side of things. It has leather, it has castoreum, these kind of notes. Okay, so these are very daring notes. Like, if you know, castoreum is used in Antheas, I think Chanel Antheas, and many other fragrances, and leather is not everybody's favorite note. Understand? But the beauty of fragrance game is your change and your taste. I mean, your not your change, your taste and your nose develops and changes over time, and you start appreciating things you would never think you would enjoy. If you just been playing the game for several years, you'd be like, I never thought I would fall in love with Kuros, but you did. You know what I mean? So this particular fragrance is only bottle size is 30 ml. It's an extra day parfum, just like Nasemoto fragrances, and it's a release of 2018. The main notes in this one I wrote down. I got, these are the notes I can actually smell more or less. Bergamot on the opening, obviously. Aldehydes, honey. There's a sweetness of honey. Leather, mimosa, castoreum, peach, heliotrope, Bulgarian rose, vetiver, sandalwood, and musk. Okay, I will admit some of these notes, of course, are not like, say, Bulgarian rose. I do not distinguish between Bulgarian rose and other roses like Thai rose. Thai rose, yes, I can tell, but many rose variants I cannot tell which one is what. Okay, so I just let you know these are the notes. So what I get from this fragrance when I spray it for the first time, let me spray this once more. I think these are extremely strong fragrance. I love wearing them, that's why I'm spraying them again. Otherwise, if you do not like fragrance strong, this is very strong. Just go on spray. Okay, excellent spray on these small samples, really nice. So let it settle down. So they say this fragrance is similar to Russian leather by, I think, is it Dior or Chanel? I think Chanel. Let me check. Wait, I have the Fragrantica open here. I think I did review it, but I forgot. Is it Dior or Chanel? I think it's Chanel. Yep, it's Chanel. It's a Russian leather, which I reviewed from a sample before, which I really liked. It was very smooth, posh, a safe kind of sweet leather. So the leather was very mink like, like if you know the material mink, it's like that. But this one right here, I can kind of see one aspect of the fragrance in this. I'm not saying they copied or cloned or anything to do with that fragrance, but if you like that, you'll get some elements of that in this one. But you're not gonna get um, in Russian leather. You're not gonna get all the elements from this fragrance. So that's what I will clear it out, because there is this note in the opening. I said in the group a few days back that I like these fragrances and stuff, and then one guy wrote, I think brother Nawadir Ali Khan, I think I forgot exact name, I think brother Nawadir, he's from Bangladesh also, I think. He wrote he loves this fragrance and he bought those. But I said, yeah, these are easy love. And he's like, how? It's very daring, And I just immediately thought, oh, I'm just letting him know my experience. But what if other people experienced it? I think I corrected it and I said, yes, I like it because at this point of my life, I actually appreciate this kind of complexity and boldness of a fragrance. I said it gives me a feeling of like, Gucci Guilty Absolute, the leather based fragrance, kind of like a dry leather. And I call it like the official Savlon fragrance. That one has this daring, like aggressiveness, ruggedness, and more of niche side of things, daring side of those niche things. It reminds you of hospital. This fragrance here, when I smell it for the first time, it reminds me of like not blood, but hospital floors that's cleaned by Savlon and those materials. And I'm not saying it to a fault. That's the beauty of this fragrance. It gives you that sort of a feel that you feel like this fragrance is not like just another fragrance that you find in mall. So it's unique enough. It's his own creation. You either love it or you do not like it. Okay, so that animalic vibe I think is coming from the castoreum or the leather, either one. I'm not sure which one. And it also has a vetiver on the dry down, but it's a sweetness of honey. So the thing is, like, it's the animalic side is backed up by the sweetness of honey, the peach. So it's built for women and men, that's it. So I'm getting more, even though this is a daring fragrance, I feel like this is a lot of elements for women, more towards women than men. But if men love this fragrance, they can definitely wear it. It feels like it's going to be a cold weather scent. And slowly, it's like starts evolving. After 40 minutes or so, you start getting the beauty of that beautiful florals. I think mimosa. What else is there? Honeysuckle? No, mimosa. What's the other floral? There are two florals in this. Wait, the rose perhaps, but the rose is more like not the dominant note in this. Wait, I think heliotrope, mimosa. These two florals, yeah. So the thing is, like, it's a beautiful floral fragrance at heart. That's what I really feel. And then the third aspect I would say is that beautiful leather, which is a bit strong. It has that presence. It has a strong presence. It doesn't let go. It holds. The leather holds. So it's not like a rose note that's in this, which is not the dominant note, according to my nose, what I'm smelling. So first thing is peach, honey, and that's animalic sort of that note that starts with castoreum. Then there's these things like starts polishing and smoothening up, getting smoother, and then gets into this beautiful sweet floral fragrance backed up by that leather. So these are the things that I get from this fragrance. So when I describe it to you, you can already tell it's going to be a little bit complex. It's not a very you look at it, you know, oh, okay, I know it's A, it's not A for apple. Okay, so you really have to discover this fragrances. I think they have official sample sets offered in the website. You can order through Fragrance BD, they can get it for you. So give it a try. Which one you really have to try each of their fragrances. They're different from each other. They're not like one is inspired by the other. So far the two I tried, really lovely. So these are good qualities of fragrance I like to see in niche house. Like by Kilian, I always wondered about that house. And at first when I never tried them, I felt like they're way overpriced. Like for that presentation, they were charging $100 plus. But when you assume things, you sometimes are wrong. I started sniffing by Kilian's and I started falling in love. I saw, my God, I'm just so far the by Kilian's that I smell, they blew me away. That so far is my experience. So Francesca, you just see my hand actually, right? See, it's actually the oil that's shining. That's the X-ray de Parfum's strength. So performance, everything in this fragrance is just no questions asked. If you're not decanting this is an excellent fragrance to buy for a niche investment. So I understand it's a little bit more pricey when you convert to 100, but 100 mls are more for ETP version. When you get an X-ray, actually you can spray less, make you last longer. Fragrance really lasts and projects. So overall, this fragrance, I really love it. For me, in my world, this kind of fragrances always deserve a 10. But people overdoubt there. I'll just tell you, sample first. Do not blind buy these fragrances. These are extremely bold, and their statements are very clear and loud. They are like, this is our signature. She really made a signature with this fragrance. And she's like, this is our creation. I dare you try it, and in a good way, right? So if you really want to try this house, this is a beautiful niche house. I really love it. Thank you so much, Shubho Bhai and Panto Bhai, for this samples. I will definitely recommend you to try this house. And this upcoming winter, like, I think it's going to be really lovely. If you're going out in parties and stuff, people will ask you what you're wearing because you live in nice central. So for overall crowd, I would say it's not a must buy first. It's a try first. If you love it, then you go for the bottle. If you have the cash, if you want to take the challenge, many people do that, and I respect it. I have massive respect for people who buy fragrances and they know that they are in it with a risk, but they don't care. They just love fragrances so much. They're like, okay, I'll buy the fragrance. I have respect for that because you love that fragrance that much. So everybody have a nice day. Thanks for watching. I will perhaps do one more review later today, and hopefully you guys take care and have a very nice day ahead. Bye bye.